Mysterious Deaths Part 3. The Body on Somerton Beach. In December 1948, a body was found on the Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. The body was a man who was dressed impeccably in a suit with polished shoes, and his head was slumped against a wall. Authorities thought that the cause of death was heart failure, or more likely poisoning, but no trace of poison was found on the autopsy. There wasn't a wallet or any type of identification on the man. The fingerprints that the authorities took of him were also unidentifiable. They even put a photo of the body in the newspapers, and still no one could identify who the man was. 4 months later, after the body was found, detectives found a hidden pocket that was sewn onto the inside of his trousers. Inside the pocket was a rolled up piece of paper from a rare book called the Rubaiyat. The piece of paper had the words Tayyam Shud on it, which means it has ended. After months of looking for the exact book, authorities decided to bury the Somerton man without the identification, although a cast was taken off the bust and he was embalmed to preserve him. 8 months later, a man walked into the police station. He claimed that just after the body was found, he found a copy of the Rubaiyat in the back of his car that he kept parked near the Somerton Beach. He thought nothing of it until he read about the search in the newspaper article. Sure enough, the book had a part of the final page that was torn, and it matched the piece of paper that was found in the Somerton man's trousers. Inside the book were a phone number and some sort of strange code. The phone number led the authorities to a woman named Jessica Thompson, who lived nearby. During her interview, she was very evasive and even claimed she was going to faint when she saw the bust of the Somerton man, but denied even knowing him. She said she did sell the book to a man named Alfred Boxall. Unfortunately, Alfred Boxall was still very much alive at the time and still had the copy of the Rubaiyat that Jessica had sold him. The code that was found ended up being even more unhelpful, and as of today, it has still yet to be cracked. The man on Somerton Beach has yet to be identified. The disturbing death of Elisa Lam. January 26, 2013, 21-year-old Canadian tourist Elisa Lam checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. When she never checked out on February the 1st, nor had anyone contacted her parents, the Los Angeles Police Department was contacted. On February 19, 18 days from the last time she was seen, Lam's body was found floating and naked in a water tank on the roof of the Cecil Hotel. Her body was found due to the hotel guests complaining about the hotel's water pressure. One couple even reported that the water was coming out black and had a bad taste. It also had a disturbing odour. According to the hotel's manager, when Lam first checked in, she was staying in a hotel-style room with other travellers, but later was moved to her own private room due to complaints from her roommates about her odd behaviour. The last time she was seen was on surveillance footage on the hotel's elevator. The footage showed Lam acting strange and peculiar, almost like she was hiding. This went viral and you can see it on YouTube. She also moved her hands in strange ways, and it looked like she was talking to someone who was out of the security camera's view. After her body and surveillance footage were found, it was suggested that she was on some sort of hallucinogenic drug, even though Lam took 4 different medications for her bipolar disorder. Toxicology studies reported that there were no traces of any drugs or alcohol that could have contributed to her death. There was also a theory that she was murdered and died as a result of drowning. The autopsy report showed no evidence of trauma. To this day, no one knows how she was able to access the roof or climb into the water tank and shut the 20-pound lid by herself. You can see this documentary also on Netflix and YouTube.
The strange disappearance of D.B. Cooper. On Wednesday, November the 24th, 1971, a man identified as Daniel Cooper bought a $20 one-way ticket on Northwest Airlines on Flight 305 from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. Cooper was described as being in his mid-40s, wearing a business suit, an overcoat, brown shoes, a white shirt, and a black tie. He also carried a briefcase and a brown paper bag. Before the flight took off, he ordered a bourbon and soda from a flight attendant. After the plane was airborne, Cooper handed the flight attendant a note. At first, she just put it in her pocket without looking at it. But then Cooper told her, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." Cooper then told her the bomb was in his briefcase and asked her to sit next to him. He opened the briefcase to reveal red-coloured sticks surrounded by an array of wires. Cooper told the flight attendant to write down everything he was saying and then take it to the captain. The note said, "I want $200,000 by 5 p.m. in cash, exclusively in $20 bills. Put in a knapsack. I want 2 back parachutes and 2 front parachutes. When we land, I want a fuel truck ready to refuel. No funny stuff, or I'll do the job." FBI agents assembled the ransom money from several Seattle area banks, and Seattle police obtained the parachutes from a local skydiving school. When Cooper claimed his demands were met, he allowed all passengers and some of the crew to exit the airplane. Cooper told the remaining crew to refuel the plane and chart a course for Mexico City while staying below 10,000 feet. During the flight, Cooper put on a pair of dark wraparound sunglasses, which would make it into the official sketch and become famous to anyone investigating the case. A little after 8 p.m. and somewhere in between Seattle and Reno, Nevada, Cooper jumped out of the rear door of the plane with 2 of the parachutes and the money. He was never seen again. Despite an expansive manhunt and over 45 years of searching, no conclusions have been made as to the man's identity or his fate after he jumped. It is called one of the greatest cold cases in FBI and US history.
Thanks for watching. Till next time.